Hi, this is Jen Bentley, Dairy Field Specialist with Iowa State University Extension and Outreach, welcoming you to Part 6 of our Beginning Dairy Farmer video series, featuring the Shanbacher Acres Dairy and the Confinement Freestall System and the low-cost Trans-Iowa Parlor they have chosen. Beginning dairy farmers have various dairy system options as they begin their careers, and the Shanbachers picked their system because they felt they could best control the cow's diet and their environment, have great milking efficiency, and best profit from dairy this way. So let's listen as Jay and Barb Shanbacher share their thoughts on their conventional dairy system.
Hi, we're Jay and Barb Shanbacher. We are here at Shanbacher Acres. We've been married about almost 17 years. Almost 18 years. And we have two children. We have a daughter, Macy, who is 14, and a son, Jed, who is 8.
We are a family corporation. We have the dairy and crop ground. We're part owners along with my parents, Alan and Joyce. And we farm 900 acres. We have about 300 cows, milking and dry. We're a conventional dairy, confinement dairy. I've been at this 22 years. We started at 65 cows, maybe 70 with dry cows back in 1995, and we've just kept slowly growing the whole time. In 1997, we built our first freestall barn that held 108 head, and then we added a second little fresh cow barn that held another 20 head in 2004, and then in 2009 we added the second freestall edition, which is another 120 head. So right now we're between 240, 270 head in our current facility, and we added a swing parlor back in 2001. We were in 36 stanchions when we started, and now we're undergoing a renovation this summer to change that parlor. It was a swing 10, and then we doubled it up to a double 10 in 2008, and now we're going to be going back to a swing parlor again, but there'll be a swing 20. We're going back to a swing instead of the doubled up because, well, one, labor efficiency. I can do more with less units, and because of the homemade stall work we put in, it works really well with the swing stall, or with the swing milk line, the midline. When I got the low line in, the units seemed to be cluttered compared to where the stall work was, and I was constantly fighting manure on the milking machines and things like that, and that type of stall work I think just works best with the midline and the swing design. We've chosen to use mattresses instead of sand. That's what's worked with our manure handling system. Mattresses have challenges, but I don't think they're as bad as their reputation is. They can, in my opinion, can totally be managed. Challenges with our management system, because we are all confinement. One of the challenges is procuring high quality feeds. Forage quality is pretty important to us, and we're still at the mercy of the weather quite a bit for that. Some other things, we try and control the environment as best we can in the barn, but still, heat stress does affect us a lot. Other things is, we have all the labor involved with getting all this feed together and hauling manure out on the back side. So there's that. There's a fair amount of labor involved. We've been fortunate over the years to have good people helping us. Attention to detail would be number one. I guess no matter what we're doing, I guess attention to detail, because it is such a low margin business. It's just the last little thing that you do that probably can make the difference between profit and loss. In addition to an understanding family, that also key success, forage quality will be a big one. Whatever you can do to improve reproduction I think reproduction drives economic success to a large degree. And then another thing is just trying to buy products right. I mean, it seems like the easiest way to save money is to not spend it. So, I mean, sometimes it's exhausting trying to get 2 or 3 bids on everything, but I think that's important. It's another important measure of success would be labor efficiency. I think that point is going to become more important as the years go on. You know, trying to get, you know, not only a good routine and get people, you know, so many cows per hour. I mean, that's one of the reasons that we're looking at improving our milking system, is to try and make our labor more efficient when they are here. And also, I think it's keeping them effective when they are here, having lists of things to do so that when there is downtime, they know what to be doing next. And also, I think having them be effective because of the constant training, retraining we do about, you know, trying to be careful around buildings and equipment, and so that we can get the most out of each hour of their time, just because, you know, when they leave, things are better than when they came. You know, they really do a great job. And cow handling is probably a huge issue. If yourselves and your employees can handle cows calmly and efficiently, I think it helps with cow comfort tremendously. It's proven so many benefits for us this summer as we're going through remodel, and every day the cows are looking at different surroundings with different things being tore up or rebuilt, and I think the calm cattle handling has really helped those animals to go through this. I mean, it also helps, I think, with milk quality, somatic cell. I just think they're not stressed, they're not producing that adrenaline when they come into the parlor, and they're letting their milk down quickly, and trying to make it a pleasant experience for them. So the ways we determine if we're profitable, we work, our accountant is part of the Iowa Farm Business Administration, Mercantile Accounting Services in Swisher, Iowa, and they keep a good handle on how we're doing towards year end, and how they help us with their PCMARS program to keep all our numbers together. We also, more recently, have been using the Dairy Trans program through Iowa State Extension, and that's been another great tool to help us kind of remove some of the clutter that's associated with cash basis accounting, and to try and get it more towards an accrual basis, and find out really what our true cost of production is, kind of narrow it down more towards dollars and cents per hundredweight. Yeah, life is too short to work with people that you can't see. That's, yeah, and I mean, we've had tremendous amount of help from Iowa State Extension. They've been a great, non-biased source of information for us. Other things, you know, look around a lot. We visit other dairies. Yeah, visit other dairies. I mean, I've never not learned something from visiting another dairy. Sometimes I've learned what I definitely don't want to do. I don't want to do X that this person was doing, but at least I've never had a trip be wasted. You know, even when we were looking at milking parlors, we looked at a ton of different. I was convinced we were going to have a flat barn parlor.
I was not.
And Larry came and talked to us about swing parlors, and I was so mad when he left the farm. I said, no way are we ever going to have a swing parlor, but I kind of...
We visited some, and we're like, wow, yeah, this could work.
Yeah, we milked in one, and then on the way home from our trip, well, the next morning we were milking in our stanchion farm after we had toured the swing parlor, and Barb looks at me and she said, remember what you said?
I don't remember exactly what I said.
We don't have to live like this. She said. So, if that's where your passion lies, I would say go for it. I mean, I know this job isn't for everyone. I mean, I know I'm not alone with other dairymen that there are easier professions out there. And I've said different times, there's got to be an easier way to make a buck, you know. But I think, you know, by and large, every day we get up and we enjoy what we do. And over the past 22 years, dairy has by and large been good to